Hello strangers, it is Thursday the something of something. I don't know what date it is when I upload this video, I've lost track of time. And today we're talking about CGI kangaroos and lies. When my dad was down in London before he moved away, we used to watch lots of films together in cinema so we could bond. And oddly enough, most of the films that I remember about my childhood were bad. Not as in I didn't enjoy the films, I had wonderful memories, but the films themselves were bad. But there was one film that I had fond memories of that I was adamant was a good film. Had was being the key word in that sentence. Kangaroo Jack. Normally when I hear the phrase childhood ruined, I just roll my eyes and think, oh my god, these people are being so dramatic. But now I understand. In this case, I feel I am justified using the phrase childhood ruined. So in case you're unfamiliar, Kangaroo Jack is a film about two friends that have transported money from their family in America to a gang of criminals on the far side of Australia. On their journey, they run over a kangaroo and decide to dress the animal up in a jacket containing the money they're transporting. The animal regains consciousness and escapes, leading to various hijinks and misadventures across the Australian outback. Now, that doesn't sound too bad, does it? Sure, there's some questionable content, like a kangaroo being run over and criminals, but in a kids' film, they can both be glossed over, right? I'm going to insert the trailer of Kangaroo Jack. It's only 2 minutes long. Let me know what you think, strangers. If you have a child, or plan to have a child in the future, what age would you take them to see this film? How old would they be? Bear in mind, this film had a PG rating. It was released in early 2000s, maybe 2003, something like that. So it's quite dated. But here's the trailer. Take a look.
Help! I can't swim! I said you!
20 years ago, Charlie met Lewis. Today,
I need your help.
he wished he never had.
You take this envelope to Sydney, Australia. Oh my God. Hey, check this out. That's like 50 grand, man.
Now, a simple delivery is about to wind up in the wrong pocket.
Hey, look how tall he is. The kangaroo got the money. Go. Put the money in the jacket. I almost got it. In the jacket on the kangaroo. And now they hopping away. I need some help.
Well, it seems to me you need an airplane.
On January 17th,
Jack your legs.
Jerry Bruckheimer presents the story of two best friends
You really got to come back on that pie.
who travel to the ends of the earth to catch the world's most unlikely thief.
Bring it on, Queen of the Desert.
Kangaroo Jack.
Love the jacket, Charlie.
Nice. I said a hip hop. The hippie to the hip hop, and you don't stop the rock to the bang bang. Boogie set up, jump. This is great.
Directed by David McNally.
I'm Jackie Legs, and I'd like to say hello.
What did you think? Sure, it's dated, but overall it doesn't look too bad a film, does it? My dad took me to see it and we both enjoyed the film. For very different reasons, but I'll get to that in a minute. Now, I think the reason this film held a special place in my heart is because it was one of the films I remember seeing with Dad before he moved away to Cornwall. So my mum and Dad got divorced and I was very young. Like I said, you'd go to cinema every week, and this is my favourite film. And that's why it's a holiday I'm on now is very important to me. Kangaroo Jack was originally an R-rated film. When the film was shown to test audiences at first, they hated it. At the time it was called Down and Under, and it was a gangster film with lots of shootout, sexy women and drugs, and some elements of this did bleed through into Kangaroo Jack. However, the one thing the audience liked about the film, the one little thing they liked, was a cute kangaroo that appeared for half a minute in the middle of the film. The director of the film and the writer had a, quote, brilliant idea. He thought he would take his X-rated film filled with drugs, gunmen and sexy ladies and turn it into a children's film. The writer and producer and director somehow convinced Warner Brothers to give them extra money to perform extensive reshoots of the film. The crew managed to cut around the darker scenes of the film or re-record them completely. So, for example, in the shot of a woman called Estella Warren, I think her name is, in a waterfall, where she's in a tank top rubbing her breasts covered in water, the shot changes before we see anything too sexual. Unfortunately, they couldn't take out everything, and this scene in particular was left in.
They feel so real.
No, this is not appropriate for children. So, the writer of the film recently watched the Disney film Snow Dogs with his son. In the trailer for Snow Dogs, you can see huskies and sunbeds talking to each other. Now, when you watch the film, you'll realise this is part of a dream sequence, but from the trailer it appears dogs will talk throughout the movie, and if not to the humans, at least to each other. Now, they took the kangaroo, added it onto all the posters and marketing and advertising of the film, so it would appear as if he would be the main character. Now, I was lucky in the sense when I was old enough to understand what drugs and guns and the concept of death when I watched this film, but if kids younger than me watch the film, I'd be very, very concerned. Strangers, my childhood is ruined. I cannot watch this film the same way ever again. I'll see you all next week. Take care.